What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another Musume video. Sorry about that. And today's video, we are going to be just doing day 2 of round 2. As you guys know from yesterday, I am sick, but it's not as bad as just a cough, a bad cough, sore throat in a way. So, yeah, that's the reason why I may not be kind of in the same energy level, kind of. Like, I still have the energy, but if I feel like if I exert a little bit too much, I might trigger the cough. So I'm trying not to do that. But yeah, today's video, day 2, round 2, and yeah, as you can see, didn't make it a group A. I did get 2 wins, like 2 more times, but couldn't get the last win, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Made it to group B. I think most of my focus is gonna turn to the next CM, which is long distance. As I get this started, or I'll just put it on the next screen if it connects. I did try a Suzuka, but it didn't really work out as well. So I'm just gonna go back to the original trio I had and see if we can just make it to group B in this video. But and I think I was about to mention something, but yeah, I'm kind of out of it. I already forgot what it was, so I'm just gonna get the races loaded up and all that. So before we do get started with the races and the comments, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. Then after that, head over to the comment section or the circle request channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, I did forget what I was talking about. I actually did. But as per usual, we're gonna watch the first race, see how that goes, and after that, I'll just be going over the comments or talking about whatever over the next races, because if we get 1 win, then we don't necessarily need to worry about going into the finals anymore. But let's see if there's anything to mention before I do go over the comments after this race. I did do the Wuthering Waves Hoshimi exploration. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but it did still take a bit of time. I literally finished it like 2 hours prior to recording this video. And then there is still 1 event I'm aware of that I need to do in a different game, in the Persona game, because that ends in like 2 days, like less than 2 days, an hour, like a day and a half. So on Wednesday, so I want to get that out of the way as well, but I'm gonna do that either later or tomorrow. This is actually the first Vexina I've seen all CM. What else? I did all the Zenless events besides no other combat one, or the combat focus one. I think I mentioned that yesterday. I never went back to it because it still has a couple days, like half a week. so I didn't do that. Um, I just realized I don't remember if I put North Flight as a runner, because that is how I trained her. It would be funny if this whole time I was running her as a leader. It makes me wonder what could have happened if I put her as a. No, no, I had her as a runner. Good to know. Good to know. Oh. I did take medicine. I did take medicine like an hour ago, so this is actually the best I felt coughing wise. Like I haven't coughed as much since I took it, which is good. Um, but last night, nah, yeah, when I tried to go to sleep or went to sleep, I say last night, but I was more like closer to the morning. um, the first like 2, 3 hours of me trying to sleep was fine. I slept right away, but then I woke up randomly and I couldn't go back to sleep for like another 3 hours because I just kept coughing. Like, you know, those moments where you're sick and you're trying to sleep, and when you're close, like this close to sleeping, you end up having like a little coughing fit or something, or you just cough in general, and that wakes you up, or yeah, wakes you up enough to stop you from going to sleep. Yeah, it was one of those. It was one of those. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. I do have a little baggie. I say little, but this is literally 2 Ricola bags or cough drops. I just say Ricola because it's the brand. Um, yeah, I got these the last time I had a pretty bad cough, which was like 2 years ago, I think, because I don't remember getting sick throughout this year until now. I don't remember getting sick last year as well, so about like 2 years, give or take. Besides like the usual sniffles that I get throughout the year, but besides that, I don't normally like get a bad cough or a flu or a fever. Heck, I don't even remember the last time I got a flu or fever, so I should be thankful for that. But with that being said, I'm gonna start going over the comments because I don't think there's anything else worth noting within the past day. Oh, I guess I did get this in today. It was the 3DS stand I was talking about. So try to show you guys this with 3DS on it without me dropping the 3DS. Because that wouldn't be good. Let's see, if I hold it here. Oh, it's slipping because it's not meant to be. Let's see. Carefully. Yep, yep. I think you guys can clearly see this, at least with as much that I show in the face cam, but yeah. Red base, black arms, and a black background with a gold lettering and frame or border for the 3DS. That one hurt a bit. I'm not gonna lie. That one hurt a bit. But that just stays right there on my desk because I have been using my 3DS a bit more. And then I didn't show this also. This did come in Saturday? I just remembered, so it is, from what it just looks like, a cube, a Zelda cube. But press the button The button is right here. Press the button and open it up. And it shows Switch games. Store Switch games, Switch 2. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Although I don't have all my Switch games in here because, well, my stand has like 5 spots, so 3 of it's taken. Oh, we got our win. The 1 game's into Switch 2, Kirby Air Riders. And the rest that I don't necessarily haven't touched in a while has just been, I put it back in the case. But it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. And then I did come across, like I said, I don't know if the PSP 3, or I guess you could also call it the PS Vita 2. I don't know if the picture or shorts I saw, because they started popping up more. I don't know if they were real, like the rumors or the reports. But apparently the PSP 3, I'm gonna just call it the PSP 3, they're making it so it can play the full library of PS4 games, but also having access to PS5 games. So essentially a handheld PS5 with backwards compatibility, because I don't think the PS5 has. Well, I guess if you buy the digital version, sure, but you know what I'm saying? I guess backwards compatibility isn't the right term because it most likely won't have a disk drive. So yeah, it just basically should have full access to the PS4 library while also being able to play PS5 titles, which I think is pretty cool. But I don't know if I'll buy one. This intrigues me though, because essentially 2 consoles, the PS4 and the PS5, in a handheld. That's pretty neat, but I don't think I'll buy it. I don't think I'll buy it, especially if like the PS6, which I didn't think was actually announced or whatever, but I have seen pictures and videos and all that, and although it looks, I don't know if it's legitimate, but although if it is legitimate, because it says I think production starts in 2027. It looks nice, but I don't think the price is right, as we've discussed in the past. So it is what it is. With that being said, I'm gonna start going over the comments before I start talking about other stuff. Starting off with Nova's comments, and the first one says, yep, just gonna see what happens in Group A Round 2. I'm gonna test out whether Bubblegum with Cap and Allegria would be a good mix or not. Maybe. Maybe. I kind of just have a mix of whoever I trained. That essentially this is the top 3 that I've trained. The UB3 Cap, I swear I could have done better, but I didn't. Take care, Shushu. The worst part of a cold is the fever. Cough is annoying, but bearable. I agree, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I am just chilling as much as I can. I don't know. I feel like my throat dries out faster because I'm sick. That's why I was like, maybe I should take a sip of water before I end up coughing. But yeah, like I said, I haven't really had like a bad fever or a fever in general or a flu, give or take like 2 years, because I don't remember. I do remember the cough a while back, but it was just a cough. So besides possibly losing some sleep, or I swear if that was 3 wins, it's 3 wins. We got 3 wins in round two. That's, like I said, it was possible. I was just matched up with better, better Umas. But moving on, that Poke Speed jump scare is gonna trigger Noki. Maybe. Typing out Xiaoguang is a hassle. I guess we can just call her Little Light since that is her Chinese name's direct translation. Light-chan? I feel like you saying Yi, then space, open and close parentheses, female seems more of a hassle because it's like you have to explain yourself, or not explain yourself, but be exact rather than just saying what they call her. But I don't know. It's me personally. Light Chan will be weird because one of the guys, if you're seeing this black screen right now, is because my tablet died mid recording. My tablet has died mid recording. So you're probably just seeing Chisa's face right now because I have it there just in case, I guess, something like this happens. Although if I had shown the whole thing, you'd probably get the idea, but I guess I'll see you guys when my tablet turns on, unless it turns on right now with 1%. Oh, it's turning on, guys. This is gonna be a weird transition. I'm just gonna keep it all in, but I'll take this time to go over the comments. But yeah, there's a professional Smash player that I've been following for years, and his name is Light. His tag name is Light, so in a way that would be kind of weird for me to say that. For me, myself. As I unlock my tablet. I think I need to start the Samsung app again. Is it turned off? But out of all these Zenless events, I think the auto chess one was the one that took the longest. It was not as fun as the Arknights event, but it is what it is. I didn't even bother doing the online stuff since I need to GTFO of Zenless stuff to do chaos runs. Funny enough, I didn't mind the chess one because I did enjoy it the first time around. It says disconnected, but hello? How did I do this? Okay. Okay. I hope I didn't. I hope this doesn't like mess up the whole. Oh, that's weird how it didn't pick up the window yet. Oh, there it is. And the game is back. And the game is back. Didn't expect that to happen, but I thought it was just funny, so we're just gonna keep that all in. As I go back to the race. But I did enjoy the chess one. I mean, it's just easy. Did it take a bit? Yeah, I'll admit that it did take a bit. Um, that's the Masters race. But I'd say I did enjoy it. I didn't say, I guess it wasn't completely boring for me because, or boring at all, because, well, I most likely had other things going on. What was I doing? I know my tablet was probably doing auto runs, probably. I mean, I was just watching YouTube's probably most likely. And if you guys are wondering what just happened, because I went quiet, because I took and even removed my headphones to go listen. I don't know if the mic's gonna pick it up, but my neighbors are playing music on a random Monday night. They were quiet all day. And if you're wondering, Monday night, but it's a Tuesday video, I either record a few hours before midnight or a few hours before upload time. So give or take, it'll look the same when I record unless you notice the daylight. That's how you know I got really close to the upload time. But for the most part, I have been just recording, trying to record more like the night before. But either or, it's either night or morning. Uh, the tower defense one, that one I did enjoy. I mean, well, for the most part, I don't mind the Xenos events. um, yeah, I don't really mind the events. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I didn't, well, yeah, I think I'm just cool with it, even with other things to do. But like I said, I should have done Wua over Xenos over the weekend, but it is what it is. Also over the weekend, since I don't think I mentioned this yesterday. But before I say that, Eugen did respond and says, "Don't like the event, haven't completed it because it took too much time and boring. I like the tower defense type better." I mean, you probably could have finished it over time if you didn't leave it for the end if it was gonna be boring for you. That's pretty much all I got. If you think an event's gonna be boring for you or take too much time, I'd say, especially uh, you, Eugen, because you don't spend too much time in Zenless. Uh, just do it over time. Maybe like if there's a new event, maybe clear the stage, and then just wait for the next stage, like one a day, one every 2 days. I don't know, something like that. That way you're not putting too much time into the event in one day, and you can still get the event done over time. Heck, you might even finish the event before it disappears. So, for your sake, Eugen, if you don't want to sit down and do it in one sitting, just do one stage every other day or so. Whenever there's more stages, or just whenever it updates. If they don't release all the levels or stages by then. I think what characters in the new patch are so up in the air when it comes to meta team building. Like, Moni could be meta down the line with other characters in 3.0. Kuro has been doing in a very obvious way during 2.0, so I'm gonna bet on my assumption and pull for meta. The joy I get out of Wuwa is team building more so than trying to max dupe one character. My joy in Wuwa is just the characters. Just playing the game. Like, team building is fun with what the characters I have and all that. Trying to mix and match if needed. Especially after not pulling some characters, aka Brent and Shuyuin. So for like the Fusion team or Galbrena team, kind of just had fun with that. But for me in general, is my main enjoyment with Wuwa is the characters. Because I really do like the characters in Wuwa. And I could say the same for Zenless. And then Star Rail, depending on the region, I'd say. Because some of them I do like the characters, but some of the others I don't really care for. Pretty normal, right? But I mean 3.0 is like in, by the time this is up, what, tomorrow? Or I guess I could check. Yeah, it's in Wednesday. So I guess Thursday you guys will see my banner video for 3.0. I just hope they don't trigger the story off the rip, because I guess they won't. Because you gotta go to a specific spot, I assume. So I'm gonna try and avoid Hoshimi to begin with before the update. That way I can still pull for the character prior to triggering the story, because I'm gonna try to get that out for Friday. If not, I'll record. I believe there's 2 acts over the weekend, so there's that. Sorry, I felt like coughing, or I felt like I was gonna cough if I had continued. I think my guess is that Rover's default setting is a good character, as it should be, since she is the pro tag of this game. But her memories not being there makes her decisions much more controversial without her knowing why she did something wrong. We haven't really come across anything like that though, right? Where because I haven't really gotten the impression that with this situation where she doesn't know why she did something wrong or anything like that. For me right now, it just seems like she's just trying to get her memories back some way, somehow, slowly in pieces. I could hear the music through my headphones again. Hold on, let me finish the comment. We, as the omnipotent third party, are kind of privileged to just say Rover is evil, but she doesn't know what she did wrong. I don't think Rover's evil. Are you saying Rover is evil, or is this just an example? I think it's just an example, because you said to just say Rover's evil. No, yes, she obviously is default as a good character. And honestly, it doesn't seem that way, just based off her personality and all that. And it doesn't even seem like she is a bad person at all, based on what we know now. Seeing that she worked with the Black Shores, because if we think she's evil, then technically the whole entirety of the Black Shores could be considered evil then also. So, um, I think you're just not talking about this like in a like like theoretically, because I don't remember any of this happening. But yeah, her not having her memories just based off the game and based off the projection or message she sent herself, they kind of seem one and the same, just based on how she was sending herself her own message to herself. So that could just be the game thing, because if she was any different or anything like that, I think it would be obvious based on at least those who knew her, unless they're just acting the same, like nothing has happened, then that would be a different case. But nope, I saw the live stream firsthand, and it did say that both Sanby and Ellen, for some reason, are getting buffed for the second time. They still think they must be pretty underrated characters in the meta. Well, Miyabi exists, so that's their fault. Well, I mean, I would say the main focus of the 2.0 patches so far has been towards rupture and attack, with a little sprinkle of anomaly with Alice and Yuzuha. So them enhancing Ellen and Anby again, surprising a little bit, only because it's like they already got their buff once. What is there more to buff? And it was pretty significant, or at least I noticed the significance with Anby before and after her buff because of Deadly Assault. It was way easier just when, after, obviously, with her buff. So I'm kind of curious how that's gonna go. Ellen, I don't know, but I think because we still have the attack / rupture meta going on, they went for a second buff, I guess, just to keep them. Well, in my opinion, Anby was still good prior to the buff, just not as good as she is now with the buff. But to get another buff, that's kind of crazy. Ellen, on the other hand, I don't know how good her first buff was, so I don't really have anything to say about Ellen besides that she was the first banner. So maybe they're just trying to keep her more relevant a little bit longer. Maybe. Christmas Aguri banner is still controversial. You can't say that I'm the king now because the chain has been broken. No, the chain has been broken, but you can still be the king because no one has overthrown you, aka 2 years, a little with a few weeks in it, but we'll just say 2 years. So I'd say you're still the king because no one can top you yet, or has topped you yet. I went to pity shoo. At least that's the one thing you can't use on me anymore. I am free. True, I can't say you haven't reached pity anymore, but I can still call you the king because no one has overthrown you yet. Eugen says, how about no? And then Nova says, it is what it is. It is what it is. Too long and didn't read. Well, I did kind of read it. If we're talking about the back and forth on yesterday's comments. I just think that no gotcha is perfect, and certainly that includes Uma. Oh, certainly, no gotcha is perfect. Although I say I don't normally have problems with the gotchas I play, because I don't normally complain or anything like that, because I'm just enjoying the game as is. I'm not gonna deny there are things they can improve upon. So it's not like I'm labeling a perfect sticker. It's just I'm not as picky or whiny as most of the community. Or I guess should I say communities, but then again I also don't partake in said communities because yeah, no. I only got you guys, and that's to me that's all that matters. To me that's all that matters. They will implement new mechanics that will make you pull or even swipe. Yes, I will say that Uma has been introducing these free-to-play benefits over the years. The rainbow shards, albeit slow AF, yes, it's one of these or those improvements that make Uma less predatory. Some other gotchas just go full-on predatory and really neglect the free-to-play player base. Agreed. Last but not least, if the player base as a whole doesn't revolt, then I'm thinking that CG won't change. Besides, Uma is CG's most successful IP. Their other IPs don't even come close to the level of success. Like Nexon and Blue Archive, why would they risk destroying their money mule? True, true. I mean, just like in any game, every year or so, most of the time, these gotcha games are going to implement new mechanics. Perfect example would be like the Hoyo games. Every year, every new region, I guess, yeah, every new region, every new place, there's something new they want to add into the the game, new mechanics or anything like that. So certainly it's a given that power creep's gonna happen because they'll definitely most likely overshadow 90-95% of the characters in the that were released last year. So it's kind of normal in my opinion. Um, it has been worse in other games. I mean, one game I could say that wasn't necessarily friendly to the free to play player base based on them EOSing was the Atelier game. They weren't necessarily free to play friendly. Although I was fortunate and to get the characters I wanted, hence the term wanted, you needed more than the characters you wanted, different elements. So being free to play and not having access to a lot of free to play or free currency because there wasn't really much to do. Although there was, you still needed the characters to beat it, or you were just too weak. So I was kind of there, but kind of not, which was why I was only able to get the characters I wanted. So yeah, I mean, over time, any gotcha game will implement new mechanics or anything that will more or less make the fan base or community go complain about it or be okay with it. Nothing really changes. It's just normal. It's just normal throughout a lifespan of a gotcha game, I guess. And then Eugen says, Uma is generous as long as you are not salty with vinegar. I don't know how to respond to that, but I do like salt and vinegar. Like salt and vinegar chips, I don't mind. And then lastly from Nova, I finished the second part of the GFL 2 event, and I gotta say that I'm happy that Kalina has grown up to the extent that she is basically acting like the commander from his or her prime 10 years ago. As for Leva, forgetting a certain character called 40 is a major red flag. I did see some leaks before from CN, and yes, there will be an event in the future that's dedicated to 40, and it's gonna be something that I might shed a tear for again. I guess I have something to, I would say look forward to, but it sounds like I'm happy for it. But look forward to as in like I'm interested. But other than that, thank you Nova for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. And Nugent for replying. Next comments are from Korn. Is this mic low for anyone else? Have him maxed on all settings and can barely hear him, or just me? Oops. Nova responded saying his audio is kind of low. I had to mute my game to hear him. And Nugent says same. That is my bad. So I think I may have, because I know that I was most likely talking in a lower tone or whatever, lower volume. And I didn't factor that in when I was editing, so I may have edited it too low, because the raw recording, everything's too loud. I'm gonna be honest with that. I think it's because I think it's the Razer program. It enhances, I'm gonna put quotes, it enhances the audio in my computer. So things that are normally like at, I don't know, it feels that way, where it feels like it's at 100% before, it's now like at 200 if I were to max it all out, if I'm going to be honest. An example of it would be Zenless. If you guys have noticed that it may sound different to your game slightly, I think it was the Razer app, because I think it has the I think the THX setting on it, because I did notice that it sounds more surround sound in my headphones, I think. So I don't know if you guys noticed it as well, but it does come in like way louder in the raw recording before editing. So both game audio, if I'm playing like Zenless or whatever, and mic audio is lowered to a certain point. But I guess yesterday I didn't factor in that I was speaking quieter than or lower than normal, and I may have put it in the same setting that I normally edit it to, and it may have been lower than normal. So I do apologize for that. Hopefully that is not the case now that I'm aware of it. But I do apologize. And then glad they raised the lower rank to UC. Excuse me, that came out of nowhere. To UC, I can now actually win some. Got to Group A and winning a lot more. Lower rank? The fact that you made it to Group A. Wait. Yeah, the Group A. And I'm here in Group B. That's amazing. But other than that, thank you, Korn, for all the comments, and Nova and Eugen for replying. Appreciate it as always. And lastly is a comment from Eugen, as I refresh the comments just to see if there's any other new ones. And it says, I'm not sure if it's just me or same as everyone. Your mic audio is 50% lower than before, unless you haven't fixed yet, or have a good headphone that can increase 200% of volume. Technically I do have that 200% volume, because it's still stupid loud in the raw recording, even though on OBS I had decrease it by like 25%. So it's still pretty loud regardless of me decreasing it. And then like iTunes right now, I have it like at 20%, 20-30%. it's pretty loud. Like when I mentioned that I heard my audio, my music playing playing through the mic in that one video, that was about like 40% volume. So you could imagine how this sounds like on full volume. I wouldn't be able to have my headphones on. So technically I do have good headphones, but I was aware of what was going on with my audio. That's why I had specific um settings where I lower the audio to a certain point where I feel like it's perfect for the video, where it's not getting overlapped by the music, but at the same time not too loud. So yeah, that just kind of happened. And then I mean, from the past video as well, I got startled by the time I listened to other YouTubers. The last one was quiet too. The last one. Was it? I'll probably have to take a look at that because I don't think that one I was. Yeah, that one I wasn't sick yet, so. And I'm fairly. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna have to check that out. But other than that, thank you, Eugen, for all the comments, and Corn and Noah for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. And with that being said, guys, that is gonna be the end of this video. It is still a little bit long, but whatever. It is what it is. I could feel my throat reacting to me talking for, as of right now, like 48 minutes. Might be a little longer or a little shorter in the video because I leave a little room in the beginning and end before I actually start and end the video, but it is what it is. But if you guys didn't make it this far in the video, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know if or how you guys are doing in your CM, whether you're in group A or group B. Let me know if you made it to your, I guess, finals. If not, let me know how you're doing so far, and if there's anything else you want to talk about or gosh, I'm out of it. I don't know what happened. But if there's anything else you want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, the link is down in the description. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. The cough threw me off. There's a channel called Circle Quest, the Discord server. For those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join, y'all are free to join a circle that I'm in. It is called Shoo Shoo. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join a circle. Then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Quest channel Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, guys, before I have a coughing fit, thank you once again. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.